How's everybody doing? I'm gonna go live for a little bit. Okay, this is why I want to go live. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be random questions for anybody that pops in here, but the reason I kind of want to go live is I've traveled a good amount now, right? And oh, still my sunglasses on my head. I've traveled a good amount, and I normally when I travel, I don't um, I don't eat like food from the States when I'm in a different country, right? Not normally. But I remember back in 2015, I was in Malaysia and I had a Wendy's. There was a Wendy's there, and I don't know why, but I ate it. And it was better than Wendy's back home, which would trip me out, right? I was like, what? And so and I've heard a lot of people say that like that's the case. So I'm here and I am going to try Wendy's in Dubai to compare with Wendy's back home. Now, I figured so we'll do that, right? We'll do a little like taste review. And also, I'm sure people are going to have questions about the slap match, whatever. We can talk about that. Although I already made some posts on Instagram talking about it, but I guess maybe not everybody follows me on Instagram, so we can talk about it on here. No problem. I can't hear still out of my right ear, but you know. Okay. What did they give me? Napkins. Let everybody kind of slowly join up if they're going to. Oh, wow, they give you huge barbecue sauce, 2 of them. That's crazy. I got some nuggets. Some nuggets and a burger combo with an extra burger. Damn. Oh, this must be the fries. I was like, why do I have a second bag? Yeah. Oh, they have something called spicy fries in Dubai, which I've never seen that in the United States. So, spicy fries. They're kind of cold, but I think it's just like, it tastes like Cajun seasoning, like paprika and stuff. Good. All right, so what questions do we have? Sorry, guys. Galaxo, was that really the hardest you could hit? It looked strange. So things I mentioned in my live stream earlier, or my things earlier on Instagram, you have to remember, I have a couple things. One, initially this was brought up to me as a exhibition for fun match that would be between real slap fighter matches, right? I was okay, and obviously I was paid to come here. I'm not going to get into how much or whatever, but obviously I was paid. So think about it from my perspective, right? I'm at home. I have bills racking up. I have a daughter. I have to pay for her private school. She's in travel volleyball. All these things I got to pay for, right? So I need to make money. You got to offer, hey, come do an exhibition match. Everything's covered out here. Nothing serious. We're a couple arm wrestlers. They know we're arm wrestlers, and we're gonna slap. I don't really want to get slapped in the face. That's gonna suck, but okay, cool. I guess no pressure, really. Everybody knows I'm an arm wrestler. They don't expect me to be a slapper. I got the invite 2 weeks before the match. I was training for slap. And cool, it needs money. It's fine. So still, leading up through it, don't practice once. I don't even practice hit a bag or nothing. I'm like, why? It's going to be funny because we're arm wrestlers and not slappers. So there's no expectation for me to be an awesome slapper. I'm not going to practice and worry about all this stuff, right? So, because I don't really care about slap. I'm not trying to be a slapper. I don't care about my stance on slap. I don't care about my ranking on slap or my win record. I just didn't want to get knocked out. That was the most important thing. And I didn't want to sustain an injury for my match because I have a match in a couple weeks. That was all I cared about. Don't get injured and for your match, and don't get knocked out or nothing like that. I was pretty much more concerned about defense than offense, if anything, right? So we came in here, and then at the first workout, they're like, hey, by the way, you guys are the main event. And I was like, what? They told us when we were here like 2 days ago, you guys are the main event. I was like, the main event? I've never even slept. I'm just laughing at this point. I'm like, I'm the main event. Wow. I was like, guys, I haven't ever done this. Neither has Lachlan. Like, the main event is crazy. But I guess, because we have a bit of a following, from arm wrestling and whatnot, it made sense. And we speak English, interviews, we could have, and we're more, we've been in front of a lot more cameras and stuff like that. So I guess they thought, that could be a better choice. And I think the chat room was mostly arm wrestlers and arm wrestling fans that wanted to see me and Lachlan slap each other. So it probably, in terms of viewership, panned out better, the best it could. But so we got, so that's, remember, put that in your head. Now, in terms of hitting, I know that when my arm is straight, all the pressure is on my elbow. So I need to keep it bent because I just don't want to get hurt for my match. The match I've been training for months that I have in August, I've been training my ass off for that. I don't want to hurt my elbow for my match, the thing in the sport I actually train for, the sport I care about. So I'm like, okay, don't hit with the straight arm, right? And I'm trying not to break the rules. Like, you can't hit too high, you can't hit in the ear. And so it's like people are telling me, you gotta keep your eyes on it when you're winding up. Don't take your eyes off it. And remember, no practice at all. It's just like people telling me stuff. All right. So I think, there's a few, and you can't lift your feet. So there's a bunch of rules. I'm trying not to get fouls and stuff like that. I hit his shoulder twice, but I was hitting him deep back here. Like, Lachlan had my fingerprints around the back of his neck. I was hitting him deep. So that's why there was no follow through, because I was hitting him so deep. It was just stopping on his neck. Like, for me to follow through on that, either my wrist would have to buckle all the way back here, or I would have to cut his head off. That's the only way I would get a follow through on that. You know what I mean? So that's why there's no follow through. I think it was the same thing with him hitting me, because his fingerprints are pretty far back here. But yeah, so it was definitely harder than it looked. I know, because it looks more explosive if there's follow through, but that being said, yeah, not a slapper and not trying to damage my elbow and not trying to be, right? So I wasn't pulling it or like trying to, not hit him hard. It was more like my accuracy sucked, never practiced slapping and things like that. And I wasn't trying to get hurt and I wasn't trying to get fouls. So it's like trying to figure all that out in the moment on stage for the first time ever trying to slap is whatever. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that if I decided to become a slapper and actually went home and practiced it, because knowing me and how obsessive I get and obsessing on the form and how to do all the things, I could slap way harder, right? And I could be way more efficient and accurate. I don't need anybody to validate that for me. I already know that for a fact. I was more excited that I didn't get knocked out. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's funny because like people are trying to offend me, like sissy or this and that. Like, first off, everybody is way too much of a sissy to even try this. First off, second off, like I don't care. I'm secure in my masculinity. I've been doing security for 18 years. I've been in more fights and issues than I can count. I'm not wondering if I am a sissy or not at all. So it's weird that people would think that's going to offend me. It's like someone questioning your sexuality, like calling you, homosexual, and like it's gonna bother you. Like, I laugh at that stuff because I know the truth. So, was not stage, and I was hitting him as efficiently and hard as I could in the moment. There's your answer for that. Sorry, let me catch up in the chat. Slap that bag. What the hell was that? What's going on, guys? Hi, Jim. Do you you arm wrestle? Do you also do that slap fighting? Not gonna lie, I'd fold Derek in a slap fight to the gods. So for sure, man. Hey, what you eating? Can you eat without hurting? I don't know. I haven't really. Well, I had a couple fries that didn't really hurt. Just the cheek. This is all really numb still, and then I can't hear for. It feels like I just got out of the swimming pool. Like the ears are not really working that much. Are you doing this because no more East vs West offers as of now? Nope, not at all. I could get East vs West matches whenever. I'm not trying to get East vs. I'm still on East vs West card against my will. Not like that sounds bad. Meaning I wasn't trying to get an East vs West match. I was just trying to get a match at the Shaw Classic, like in the United States, and then it turned into an East vs West match. Like, it wasn't not against my will. It sounds bad. It wasn't planned to be East vs West match. I told you guys, I've gone live and talked about this a bunch of times. My plan for arm wrestling, for Derek arm wrestling, is to get to a strength level where I can compete with Dave Chafee. Even though Dave's light right now, still just strength wise, I want to have a match, or I don't even care if it's a practice match, to be honest. I want to go test myself with Dave and see if I can hang with him. And once I get to that strength level, because I'm training hard back at home, my numbers in the gym are fantastic right now. Once I can hang with Dave, then I'll start looking to go back overseas. I don't want to go overseas and lose anymore. Not a big deal, obviously. But I haven't been asking for matches or anything like that. I have no doubt that, and I've talked to Ingrid and them about that, and that, yeah, once I feel ready, those guys trust me. Once I feel ready and confident, I just have to say, hey, I'm ready. Let's give me a match. But I am not trying to get one right now. So, yeah, just take my time because I want to win. I want to make sure I win, right? And that is a very serious strength level to go overseas and go against those top guys, right? Jack Hoban, good call, taking the paycheck. Thank you, man. Looked pretty bad, though. Brave man for doing it anyway. What do you think of Hafthor 505 kg record? That was crazy. All right, let's try this burger, man. It's going to be cold. Okay, this is a Dave's Triple, which is what I normally get at Wendy's in the United States. Oh, it's going to be messy, but let's try it. All right. It's at least as good. It's at least as good as the United States. I'm trying to decide if it's better. And yeah, it's kind of hard to open my mouth really wide, but the chewing part doesn't hurt. So luckily, I don't think I have a problem with my teeth. I would say right now it's about even with the United States. So good still. But I don't know if I'd say it's better. The chicken nuggies, though, super moist. But yeah, the people were talking about the slap match like it was super serious and like that's crazy. It's like expecting an athlete who not trained and just very casually took a match for funsies in a whole different sport and just like take it all serious and expecting them to be awesome at it when they just did it for funsies. Wow, it just kind of makes me laugh how serious the internet gets. But yeah, I mean, I did accept bills to pay, and it was a fun, time out here in Dubai, hanging out with Lachlan and everybody. I definitely tried to slap him. Oh, the pickles are way better in this burger though than back home. Yeah. What are you guys up to? How many people we got here? 14 people, 6 likes. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I fly out tonight. You got a couple hours before I leave. How's the ear? Like, right when I got hit, it was weird. Like, immediately it's like he hit an off switch. It wasn't a lot of pop, wasn't like excruciating pain. Well, there's general pain, but not excruciating ear pain. Where it was like you hit the off switch and the ear just went boop. And I was like, oh, well, that ear is done. I had the cotton in there and everything. And then, but I took the cotton out and everything. I could hear like 5%. I could hear people barely. And so I slept with the EMT guys told me to like sleep with the cotton in my ear, just keep it there for a while. But they said if I burst my eardrum, there would have been blood and my equilibrium would be way off. And there was no blood and my balance was fine. So They think it could just be like swelling of the ear canal, or it could be a number of things. But it's a little bit better today than it was. I would say we're at 15, 20% now. So that's all right. I was just worried about hurting my arm, like hitting him and maybe damaging my wrist or my elbow or straining my neck. And I kind of didn't want to get a black eye because those stay around forever. But I was worried about straining my neck. So before my match, I was in the back, like stretching my neck and trying to like warm it up, put pressure on it. Because I knew he was going to be hitting me left-handed. So I was bracing to put pressure this way. It was weird though, leading up to the match for like the week before, I was preparing for him to hit me on this side of my face. So I was like shadow preparing for that. There's more than anything, you just don't want to get knocked out. I mean, for me, I don't know. Then they made that nickname up for me. What was it? The Knockout Master. I didn't hear that nickname until they said it right when we were walking up. They're the Knockout Master, and what they say, there was another nickname too. There's two nicknames. That was funny. I heard it when they said it. I was like, what? I've never had that nickname in my life. The Knockout Master. Yeah. Yeah, this side of my mouth still hurts. Anything that pushes on it, oh. But the teeth are fine. It just feels like bruising. They say that in slapping, having a beard can take. Was it the Destroyer? Yeah. I got nicknames before I ever did a slap fight. Oh God, just moving my face on this side just kind of hurts. Oh, they say having a beard can take away like 20% or something like that. Some crazy amount of pressure when getting slapped. Like it can. That's why almost all slap guys grow their beards, I guess. Apparently, like it cushions it like a ton, like way more than you'd think. It cushions a hit, which is kind of weird to think. But one of the guys, one of the Indian guys that was on the card, he had the ponytail and stuff, but his beard looked thick. That thing looked like it was like 2 inches thick and dense. That looked like a fucking pad on his face. That looked crazy. The only thing you destroyed was a breakfast buffet. That's true. That's true. I destroyed not getting knocked out though. I destroyed not getting destroyed, which is what I'm most proud of. You didn't know Anatolia saw you in his video. That was my first time meeting Anatoly. It's 4:30 p.m. here in Dubai. And it's not a Big Mac. It's a Dave's Triple. But you guys have to get used to seeing me eat. There's some videos coming out. No practice at all for such an event seems disrespectful. Well, I got hit about 2 weeks before and was assured there was no pressure at all. Super exhibition match just for funsies between guys that are obvious arm wrestlers and not trying to be slappers. So disrespect. No, I mean I knew I was gonna slap him and stuff, but like I wasn't too concerned if I was gonna knock him out. I was just more focused on not getting knocked out. Alex, what do you think about Dave Chafee versus Todd Hutchings at 115 kg? It's interesting, guys, because Todd Hutchings tore his bicep against Dave Chafee back in the day. because they pulled in very similar lanes, but Dave was just bigger and stronger at it. So they were a horrible matchup, but a few things are different now. Todd Hutchings pulls a bit different now. He's more pronation involved and rolling out in the straps, and Dave is lighter. So I don't know. Like, if Dave just got lighter, but they pulled in the same technique, is him losing weight enough for Todd Hutchings to overtake him? I'm not sure. And how will Todd's newer or different kind of technique handle Dave? Because I think Dave pretty much pulls the same style still. So I don't know. It's hard to call that one. But previously, I don't think the match was very close. But obviously, Dave was way bigger. So if it was like a war, but Dave barely won, then I'd probably be like, "Ooh, Todd." But it's definitely a match I kind of want to sit back and watch and see how it goes. Hey, how you doing, big guy? What's the shape like? Pretty good. A little messed up here, but to be expected. Home gym physique. Derek, I can only assume you got paid well to compete in the event like that. Will there be a future slap contest for you? No. Well, it's not a super hard no, but it'd have to be a lot of money. I'll say that. You guys always have to remember, I don't know you guys or what, your guys' lives look like, but first and foremost, I'm a dad. I'm a father that pays and takes care of his daughter. Priority number one, always. And if I'm in a situation where that becomes difficult, I will get slapped in the face, man. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. And if you guys don't have kids, it might be confusing to you. There's someone in my door. Let me see who's at the door. I can't right now. Maybe probably not tonight.
No clean today. No. I'll change the towels and garbage only.
They're fine. They're all still clean. It's okay.
Okay, everything.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Water bottle is you need?
Yes. Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Sorry, guys. It was the housekeeping, but I don't know. I'm leaving tonight, so I don't really need him to clean anything. I'm about to leave. Okay. It's Lachlan at the door looking for a rematch. Lachlan won. Like, I wasn't gonna. So, I mean, for those of you guys that watch it, I guess you kind of know what happened. But for those of you that didn't, first 3 rounds, I was hitting Lachlan pretty shitty. Like, I hit his shoulder twice. Like, the ones where my hand like stopped on his head, I clipped his shoulder first, which took like a lot of it out of it, and then I hit his head. I was like, ugh. And the first round was a pretty good hit, but Lachlan was that shit hurt. And so he was definitely hitting me better than I was hitting him. I know that. I could feel that. You couldn't see it, but it felt that way. And then the last 2 rounds, he went on the wrong count, right? 2 in a row. I was like, are you Lachlan? So I'm feeling like I'm obviously losing this. Just don't get knocked out, Derek. Don't get knocked out. And so when they called me the winner, I was like, oh shit. Like, that's why I was so shocked. So I thought for sure, like, he is destroying me right now in this slap competition. And I don't really care because I don't really care about slapping. So I was laughing about it. And then, so I'm the winner or whatever. And I go over there and the guy does the pull-ups on my arm, which I had no idea about. Then we go backstage. They start talking about how there was fouls that I committed. Like something about, I think my shoulder came forward or I hit Lachlan in the ear. And so they wanted to run it back. Sorry. And they tell me, they're like, hey, you guys got to do 1 more round. I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you got to do 1 more round. Get out there. Okay. So we go back out for round 4. Um, I tried to hit him better that one. It was okay. I think that was the one that was okay. Uh, I would say my first hit was probably the best. Then two really bad ones, and then the fourth one was like not. And this is just for me, not compared to professional slap guys, but like for me, then that one was like mid or a little bit below mid. Anyway, then he hit me again, and that hurt. And then they're like, okay, well, and I checked with them. I said, one more slap? Yeah, one more. So we did it, and then they look at me and they're like, okay, we'll do best of three. And I said, nope, nope. There's no, like, there's no more money for winning or losing. There was no bigger purse or anything like that. And yeah, nah, I'm good. I already can't hear. I don't. It's not that important to me. All right, so I called it, and then I lost. How hard was it to hold back the tears after each one? The very last slap, Lachlan hit my eye, or something, or I don't know, the chalk got my eye, but something hit my eye, and I was like, oh, and that one started watering a little bit. But in terms of like actually emotionally crying, nah, I wasn't very close to it. Huge hand is practice in arm wrestling. What? I don't understand that comment. 26 people in here, 7 likes. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. If you guys need a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. So, yesterday, I'm not going to give out too much, but I filmed with Eddie Hall. We went and did a collab yesterday, and a lot of food was consumed. We finished that collab. I woke up, right? I was on Discord. So I hang out in Discord a lot. If you guys don't know that, I'm usually in Devin's Forums Discord. I was in there talking to the boys, and I had pitched the idea to Eddie's team a few days before that about, hey, we should do like an eating thing. And apparently, like they're like, okay, yeah, maybe we'll do that. No time was discussed or nothing like that. So the day of my match yesterday, I wake up, I go down to the buffet, and I'm on Discord, and I'm streaming it to the fellas. There's like 5 of us in there. And it's, to me, I'm like, all right, I got like 7 hours before my match. I'm going to eat a bunch, maybe go back up, take a nap, hydrate, chill. And so I eat 5 plates of food. We were laughing because I just kept going back up. So I had 5 plates of breakfast food. Then I'm like, all right. I go back into the room, like, it's time to turn in. I think I had like, it was a great breakfast buffet. And I go to turn in and take a nap, and all of a sudden the phone, the loud ass hotel phone is ringing, and I wake up like I'm still in the jet lag sleep phase where when I fall asleep it's like drool, like deep sleep, and so I wake up lost, like what is going on, and I have 15-20 messages, and I answer the phone, and it's Lachlan. He goes, hey, if you want to do that thing with Eddie, you gotta go right now. I was like, what? They're like, right now. So this is about an hour after I ate 5 plates of food. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I get up and I get dressed, run down the lobby. And yeah, me and Eddie go eat a lot of food. And right when we were done with that, I go back to the hotel. The driver takes me back. As I'm pulling up to the hotel, I'm stuffed. Like sickly stuffed. Hadn't not showered, drenched in sweat because it's hot as hell out here. I get back to the hotel, and right as I'm walking up, I see all the slap fighters walking out and getting into the bus to go to the match. And I'm like, what? It's like 3-4 hours before the match. And I'm like, oh, they're there, you get on the bus. I'm like, I gotta go up to the room. Let me, I'll text you guys. So I get back into the room. Oh, I'm just so sick. I have a baby, just bloated, like I can't breathe. I'm so full and just hot and just uncomfortable. And then, and then I'm texting them like, what is the absolute latest I'm allowed to show up to this slapping thing? Because I just ate 27 pounds of food on top of 5 plates of breakfast an hour ago. And I need some time. I'm gonna need some time. So they said, they gave me like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And they said, this is the latest you can be there. I said, all right. And I was laying here, I'm pacing around the room up here like, Oh, and that shirt. Do you guys see how tight that shirt is? I'm like, I have to wear the tightest shirt I've ever worn in my life while I look pregnant, like fully pregnant. Not kind of pregnant, but I'm talking about like I look like I'm, however many months in, like full pregnant. And so I'm trying to like burn calories and stuff like that. I go in the bathroom. Don't do this. This is a bad idea. I go to the bathroom, make myself throw up. I'm like trying to trying to get this food out, and which was horrible. Made myself throw up a couple times. It helped a little bit, but like still not much. And yeah, so I went straight from there to the slap fighting thing. Just, but if you get a chance to do a collab with Eddie, you don't say no. Gotta make it happen. Record science. I think you have a future in this sport, boss. That's probably sarcasm, but I will tell you this. Yeah, like I know for a fact I could do slap. I could take a hit. I've never broken a bone in my body, and I've never been knocked out. I'm not trying to say that like a tough guy, like hey, no one knocked me out. I'm saying that like in my past, I've been punched, and I've been doing security for 18 years, so I've taken my shots. I've never been knocked out, and I think I have pretty dense bones. Heavy milk drinker as a kid, and obviously something. Yeah. So I think I can take a hit pretty good, and then I know I have the muscles necessary to hit hard. I would just have to practice, like anything. Just have to practice more, and I have no doubt I can hit hard if I wanted to. But I'm just not interested in doing that. Like I don't have any love for the game. I'm not passionate about it. I'm not interested in it the way I am about arm wrestling. Like arm wrestling is my thing. Arm wrestling is like the rest of my life. That was just a fun side thing, but I could be good at it. Whether people believe that or not, I don't really care. But anti-veganism. You're a disgrace to real athletes. T.O. Derek, have you ever eaten a good punch? If yes, which is worse, punch or slap? Yes, I've eaten a punch. A slap stings a lot more. There's like way more like surface level damage with a slap. Like it's like the skin burning, ears popping, like it's more surface area. So I think there's more pain involved with a slap. A punch is more like blunt force trauma, and you're just like, dude, just taking it. So yeah, I don't know. That's my answer. For pain, a slap, but for just like there's more damage that can be caused with a punch. I guess not that a slap can't do a lot of damage, but yeah, I guess I'd say it that way. Was that slap fake? Rewind. I already talked about all that. Alex, what's your opinion on the you don't need to train side pressure people? That's not true. Well, it depends what camp they're coming from, like what their training philosophy is. So, if you're somebody that gets a lot of table time, then they're still training their side pressure because it's present in all arm wrestling. So they might not need to train isolated side pressure, but it kind of also depends on like what style of arm wrestler you are. If you're a top roller, right, side pressure is definitely still important, but I wouldn't say it's as important as an inside puller. So some top rollers might say you don't need to train side pressure, and for them, they might have enough side pressure as long as their hand is strong, enough side pressure to make them successful. But I feel like to not train side pressure at all, and at least to not embrace it and really understand what side pressure is and how to apply it, is kind of naive. Yeah, you have to train that stuff, man, or at least really understand how to use it. But it's like side pressure, right? Elbow sliding in, so that's shoulder adduction and internal rotation. It's those two things at once, right? Side pressure. The limiting factors, the things that can fail, are your joints. So like your elbow has to be able to handle the side pressure, and your hand and wrist have to be able to handle the side pressure, right? So train the muscles, the drivers, but then you have to also train the limiting factors. So if you have weak pronation, so you're in a hook and your hand's getting turned over as you're trying to apply side pressure, and like, my side pressure sucks. No, the thing that allows you to access your side pressure sucks. So people will say weird things like they don't understand what's really going on. They just know their arm's not going sideways, so they think it sucks. Thomas, hope you have a great time and enjoy yourself. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm eating. That always makes me happy. And then I'm out. Army squash weenie. How beneficial is a squat for my side pressure? %1 effective. 1%. Maybe 2%. I think it's a solid guess. 1 or 2% effective. I mean, training a squat can train the whole chain. That's a good thing. And training a squat can release more testosterone in your system, leg muscles, which is good. So yeah. But training a squat can also put you into a higher weight class where your side pressure might be weaker against heavier guys. So in that case, it kind of puts you in a heavier tax bracket. Johnny Dang, my boy, what up? I've drank so much water on this trip, and I'm still severely dehydrated. Like, not embellishing. I feel like I must have had like at least like 35 bottles of water this trip overall, right? Since I got here on Wednesday, at least. I've crushed so much water and I'm still dehydrated. It's crazy. Whatever. Hope you guys are doing good. So, probably gonna wrap it up. You guys know I don't like to just sit here and ramble if I don't have anything to talk about. I just figured there'll be some slap questions. You could try the Wendy's, which, as the final review was, the Wendy's was as good as the United States. Actually, these fries, especially if they were hot, would probably be better than United States Wendy's fries. So that would give them an edge overall, if I think about it. Yeah, it's a fair statement, which would put the whole meal over a United States meal. I'm going to give the edge to Wendy's Dubai. Do you have a Match of Shot Classic? Yes, I do. I had a Match of Shot Classic already planned before it became an East vs. West event. Me and Saray. Some people, random online trolls, are saying shit like, it's a couple East vs. West matches, a bunch of random unknowns. I'm random and unknown now? People are so ignorant. Oh my god. It's getting hard to tell if people really think any of the stuff they say or if they're just like just doing it for shock troll value. But anyway, guys, Johnny, love you to death, man. Hope you're training. Daddy's coming home. I'll be home Monday afternoon. And I think at like 4:30. Yeah. So I'm gonna end this live, guys. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach me on Instagram at awderek. I'm always available. And yeah, I can't really think of anything else to talk about. It's so weird not hearing out of my ear still. So I'm gonna just hang out here. Oh, Johnny, check this out. I bought a book. I've read a few leadership books. They're interesting to me. So I bought this one. It was at the airport. Jocko, what's his name? Willink. Jocko Willink. Leadership. It's strategy and tactics. Always trying to become a better leader for my boys. Always important to me. I've read, yeah, that's like my 4th leadership book I've read. Self-help books. So, anyway. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. Have fun out there. You guys are awesome. See you.